Mr. Speaker, in the light of his U-turn on alcohol pricing, can the Prime Minister tell us, is there anything he could organise in a brewery?
Perhaps he could confirm this, because I have an invitation. He is going to make a major speech tomorrow, and I've got the invitation. This is the invitation that's been sent out. Ed Miliband is going to make a major speech on the economy on Thursday. It won't have any new policies in it. I don't know what they're paying him, Mr. Speaker.
Order!
But I haven't finished.
Order! In response to that question, the Prime Minister has finished, and he can take it from me that he's finished. Dr. Liam Fox, Mr. Tim Farron.
Speaker, would the Prime Minister agree with me? Would the Prime Minister agree with me? The people living in rural...
Order! It shouldn't be a collective groan. No, it's not. The honourable gentleman is good-humoured. But order! The House will hear the honourable gentleman, Mr. Tim Farron.
And while we're in the business of who has said interesting things in recent days, let me ask him this.
Mr. Robertson, calm yourself, man. The lion must get back in its den. Prime Minister.
There's plenty more.
Order. Mr. Gove. Order. You really are a very overexcitable individual. You need to write out 1,000 times, I will behave myself at Prime Minister's questions.
Does he rule out giving another tax cut to the richest in society by cutting the top rate to 40p? Calm down. To 40p. Yes or no?
We've got a new hand gesture from the Shadow Chancellor. Yes. I would have thought after today's briefing in the papers, the hand gesture for the Shadow Chancellor should be bye-bye. You don't need it to be Christmas to know when you're sitting next to a turkey.
Mr. Speaker.
Is that order, this is so time consuming. Come on, Mr. Hughes, spit it out, come on. Waiting for silence. The honourable gentleman is going to get silence. Produce your voice, Mr. Hill. Is that one of them?
Mr. Speaker, recently a single mother with small children came to see me in Sheffield. She had with her a bundle of letters.
Let the honourable gentleman speak.
Mr. Speaker, the first point of recapitalisation was to save banks that would otherwise have collapsed. And we not only saved the world, saved the banks and saved the banks and led the way. We not only saved the bank. No, Mr. Speaker. Total spending will continue to rise, and it will be at 0% rise in 2013-14. In 2011-12, and 12-13, it will continue to rise.
Order. The Prime Minister's answer must be heard. Prime Minister.
I think that answer gets 0%. No. I wish the Shadow Chancellor would occasionally shut up and listen to the answer. I don't know whether... I don't know whether...
Embarrassing himself. He can disgrace his party, but what is intolerable is that he has cynically raised the hopes of hundreds and thousands of families. You're a miserable pipsqueaker, the man dogs! You're done. Take your finger away.
Order. Before we go any further, I must ask the honourable gentleman to withdraw the term that I think he used. I think I heard the term pipsqueak. The honourable gentleman must withdraw that term. It's not appropriate.
Out of
What I'm doing, you leave this matter to me. Mr. Tom Watson.
Out of deference to you, Mr. Speaker, I withdraw it.
I'm grateful to the...
Mr. Speaker, the House has noticed the Prime Minister's remarkable transformation in the last few weeks from Stalin to Mr. Bean.
Debate today. Historically, they have been vexed about how to pay for the EMA scheme. Madam Deputy Speaker, if we are to have a credible debate, I apologise, it is my tie to support the campaign against bowel cancer that was making that noise, Madam Deputy Speaker. It is a musical tie that they were giving out.
Order. Perhaps next time the gentleman will be more selective in the ties that he wears in the chamber, and then we won't need the musical accompaniment.
Your words of wisdom, Madam Deputy Speaker, are taken on board, and I apologise to you.
Let me welcome the right honourable gentleman back and congratulate him again on the birth of baby Samuel. I very much know what it's like, the noise, the mess, the chaos, trying to get the children to shut up. I'm sure it was lovely to have 2 weeks away from it all. And he's very well...
Order! Miss Order! 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 I say to the Children's Minister, try to calm down and behave like an adult, and if you can't, if it's beyond you, leave the chamber, get out, we'll manage without you. Mr. David Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and dear Mr. Speaker, what a case of the...
This is intolerable behaviour as far as the public... No, it's not funny. Only in your mind, Mr. Lawton, is it funny. It's not funny at all. It's disgraceful. Mr. David Ward.